Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome to Cities Skylines. This is a game I have been hooked on. I can't stop playing this game. And a number of you who see me playing it online have asked me if I was going to do a series or anything. I did mention it when it was the background game being played in a recent vlog episode I did. And I'm still considering that. I'm not really sure. But in the meantime, I've been playing quite a bit, really enjoying this thing. And I thought I would just kind of jump in here, play around a little bit, mostly just show you what I've been working on in this learner city, quote unquote, I'm calling it. In that I'm basically just experimenting with a lot of stuff, learning the game here. And we'll be starting a new one at some point in the near future, taking with me all of the knowledge I've gained here. Now, one of the things I was telling a friend of mine recently was that this game is very forgiving about tearing buildings down and moving things around. There's not a lot of kind of negative feedback. You don't get super punished for tearing down large sections and rearranging things. So in that way, I don't feel like I need to start a new world, but I would like to have some kind of new layout and everything as far as the world, the terrain and everything goes itself. I'll probably use some player created one. I think that would be kind of cool. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to jump in here and kind of show you what I've been working on. Yeah, so this is the area I actually started in right here. We've got this area called the Wealthy District because of reasons. I was naming a couple of my districts, but after a while I just started using whatever it gave me. Whenever I would kind of put one down, it would fill a name in. I said, yeah, it's good enough. I have the Wealthy District and the Beach District here. This is actually the grid or the block that I was started in. So right by the water, I started putting in some of the pumps and everything. And let's see, we had the really gnarly guys here, the drain pipes, and that actually polluted the water, and it flowed all the way into this bay up here. But eventually I switched out to the water treatment facilities, and they have some pollution, but you know, it's better than it was. It was like an oil slick out here. But I do have ships in here. On the far side of the city back there, I've got an airport. That's something I just put in recently. And I have been laying a lot of tracks, although I've had a lot of traffic with those guys. I'm still trying to figure that out. So anyway, things kind of started here with the commercial residential, and I had some industrial kind of out in here. I still do to some extent, but I've since moved most of that. So it's mostly residential here. Crossing into the freeway, I've got commercial and residential all in this area, dense and non, kind of a mix here with this little bit of freeway I shot off of here. Now the freeway you actually start with was this guy running left to right here, and it kind of drops into your area at this point. And I then extended it all the way down that way and then broke another freeway off of it. I've since carried that freeway over this way, so I have a lot going on. It's a little messy, but it's working. This was really bad as far as traffic goes for a while until I kind of redid everything here. I know this doesn't look much better, but one of the most recent things I did was actually did a one-way here, so you can see one way going away from me and one coming in that's raised up, because the traffic was getting a little crazy getting everybody over to this new area where I had a whole bunch more residential and industrial stuff going on over here. I actually called this place Texaco because I was kind of thinking of oil, I guess, when I did this, but later I realized, wait a second, this was like mining. It wasn't really that, but wasn't oil, but that's okay. I left it as is. You can see we got all these trucks kind of floating around here too, and they actually come all the way over to here where you can see they just kind of pour in. Let me speed this up. I've been running it at 3, the full speed, so you can see trucks just kind of going in and out. I actually had to extend this road. You can see the big line of trucks here. There was just so many. I needed to kind of give them their own way in here. So they flow down into this thing and then pour right back out. And they've got a lot of different directions to go. These are all one-ways coming out of here. So that's kind of how I took care of that issue. I found that a lot of them were coming back. They were coming out of here and then going right back in to the industrial stuff on that side and this side. So anyway, I let them weave in through here. And I've even got this raised highway or whatever that loops around and comes back. There you go. You can see the long line of trucks there. It's never ending. Now, part of the train stuff too, while we're over here, this is kind of the what I call the end of the line, because it started really far away. I moved it over here. This is the end of this line anyway, and we have a lot of traffic here with the trains. Now I think it does look a lot better. There was a time when the trains were backed up from here all the way to the other side. They weren't moving. And I had everything okay. It just seemed like there was a ton of them, so I added more lines, kind of spread this out. We got the passenger line here, so anyway, if I kind of jam along this guy, you'll see it cruises over here. I've got multiple lines, wraps around this area of the zone I don't have unlocked yet. I may do that one next, I'm not sure. And then we kind of split off here. The passenger train breaks off to the left. The cargo stuff typically will come around here to the cargo line, and then wrap around and end over here. Now this is a problem I've been actually trying to deal with lately. You can see we don't have enough workers is what's going on here, so we got a lot of abandoned buildings. I'm doing the industrial forestry stuff here because that's what we have. If I bring this up, you can see the dark green here. We've got a lot of the forest stuff, so I was kind of going for that. But I had offices around here, and nobody was kind of picking up these jobs. Based on some things I read, I actually took a lot of the office stuff out, and I think that helped a bit. But at this point, you can see we just don't have enough workers. And one of the things that I realized recently, if I switch this over, is that I didn't have residential nearby. I do now over here on the left, what they ended up calling Holly Park. But the nearest residential was these areas over here. And somebody I had seen online said, well, if there's a certain distance where it's just kind of too far for them to go. So anyway, I've been adding this in over time, and I think it's been helping, although it doesn't look like it. It looks so terrible. And by the way, anything you guys are seeing here, anything I show you or talk about, if you've got some kind of tip or some kind of clue about something I should be taking into account, let me know. I'm definitely looking for anything like that. So we are looking for more residential here. I guess I could paint some more down while I'm over here. I did take out a road here, just kind of testing something out a bit ago with my audio. You could probably put that back in. You can see nobody's working over here at the commercial stuff either, despite having the residential in here. I did read that these would match up to the low density residential matching up with the low density commercial. Like the residents, like the families and everything, prefer the lower density stuff, and alternatively the high density residential, which is the younger crowd, tends to like the higher density commercial. I'm hoping that's right. It's what I read somewhere anyway. So anyway, I've been trying to kind of match that up to some extent, nothing too crazy. I do have a very high density commercial area going on over here, which is, boy, the traffic was insane for this. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about this game, is jumping in here, looking at what the traffic looks like, and trying to resolve the really bad spots. Now, I still have some, especially here on the freeway. This was kind of one of the next things I was going to look into. But all of this stuff, this used to be really red. I had to kind of add some lines in here and try to get things broken out. And that's like a game in and of itself. I think I would play a game like this if that's all it was managing the roads and traffic, that you had to kind of work with what you were given and kind of figure out the highways and everything. I think that would be a blast by itself. But this game obviously has much more than that, which is why I'm so addicted to it right now. So a lot of traffic issues going on here that I could be resolving, and I can show you the line over here with the trucks. You can see, yeah, pretty red. Lines keep going through here. So for all the complaints and problems and everything that I have going on, as far as, trying to find people to work these jobs and trying to fix the traffic, I don't mean complaints about the game, I love the game, but complaints about my world, trying to get things done right. The people are quite happy, so that's going pretty good. We can actually bring this up and you can see that, boy, the office happiness is really high. So things are really good here. I think I have everything covered. You can see power is just capped out. I have twice as much power than I need. The water could be a little bit better. This is recently dipped in there. Trash is always fun to work with. Looks like my incinerators, I could use another 1 or 2 of those guys. Health is pretty good. I think the fire and police coverage is pretty good. Yep. Education is something I still need to work on, although I will say that I was trying to keep this actually a bit lower because we didn't have enough workers over here. And one of the things that happens when you click on this, you can see that they've got uneducated as kind of, that's what they're looking for here. I have 1 highly educated, and they're not even looking for that. And we've got 0 of these 16 here. So as odd as it sounds, I thought, you know what, let me try keeping the education low and seeing if I can fill that in. Didn't really seem to help, and again, I kind of looked online and I thought, you know what, maybe it's a residential thing, trying to get people closer to the job. So again, this is a pretty new development here. I was kind of hoping it would help a little bit faster than it has been, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Again, leave me a tip if you know anything about that. Now, one of the most recent and final kind of areas here, we do have more residential and commercial up in this area, but I've just recently expanded across the water here, adding more residential and commercial, as well as a unique building. So anyway, and then I also do have the, this is one of my more recent big expenditures here, the nuclear power plant. That's what really kind of put us over the top as far as our needs go. Now what's fun was I put this down here. This was actually underwater until I had the dam up, that the water lower down, opening up this kind of area down here. One of the really cool elements of this game is that the kind of the flow, the physics of the game and everything. I love that the water can kind of change things as you can reroute it and everything. Very, very cool. The airport was a lot of fun to set up because I had this kind of back corner area. I had extended into this and had this open area, and it was right by the highway. And I thought, okay, cool, let's get this really set up well. So what I did was I've got the bus depot here, and I have lines coming in and out. You can see the bus coming in. And basically, when you exit the freeway and come down here, I've got some one-ways. I've got one going in here and one coming out. And the one going in, the one-way continues around the loop here and then back out. So you're kind of forced into this circular pattern, kind of keeping things a bit organized and flowing. And again, we have the bus line, and I put a walking path over here so to kind of promote people walking between these areas. Now additionally, on the other side of the building, I actually put a metro here. So that's kind of another means to get over here. And then I've got various one-way exits out of the loop, including this guy, which hops the freeway and also kind of jumps back onto the freeway. So pretty cool system here that has been working very well so far. It hasn't been here long though, so kind of curious how that'll go when there's really a ton of use here, and especially when I really grow over here and start building more. But so far so good. If I bring this open here, you can see the transport. There's the metro coming in. You can see the bus line there as well. Very easy driving to get in here. So I was kind of looking at all the ways you could get into here, trying to make that as easy as possible. Now, one of the things I'll probably do is with green, you can see I got the metro hooked up here, but I think I need to run that over to this side. It may not be that important. I don't have a line coming over here. That's right. I was going to say I do have a line, so there is a way to connect up and back over. But I forgot I had an issue, I think because it's going like underground. I don't know if that's causing the problem. In fact, if you have dealt with this, let me know. I'll kind of show you right now if I can. Create a new line, and then normally you can... Okay, look, now it's actually working here. And the last time I kept trying to do this and it wouldn't do it. Let me try and come back again. Oh, there we go. Completed line. Well, that's funny. I don't know if I just need to restart the game or what, but I could not get a line connected at all. So anyway, the point there is that now anyway, they can actually connect over here, up, and then over to the airport, but it probably would be best for me to do just kind of one connection between these two. I think that would probably be good. As far as everything else goes, though, I think I'm pretty well covered. I've got lines going out all over the place, including out here at the Texaco district, where I have the one-way, kind of highways coming in and out here. I also have the metro line coming out to this point. So anyway, that's pretty good. One of the things I've actually been really enjoying quite a bit lately is putting in the pedestrian kind of pathways here. So you can see they can actually slow this down so you can see people moving. So they can come off the metro here, and I noticed that there was a lot of people coming out of this, and then they were walking along the streets over to this bus stop right here. They were just pouring just up the street every time. So I did this one walkway that got them there so they wouldn't have to kind of hold up traffic crossing the path. And so now you just get this flood of foot traffic over the top that's not holding up traffic. And so again, that's kind of one of those fun things I've been discovering lately is, oh, let me try to get the foot traffic going, because I had read a thing too that said if you can provide these kind of walkways and everything, people will use them instead of driving when they can. And I think as I mentioned, they work really well connecting other things like this metro to the bus line. Makes things a lot better. You can see people kind of pouring up the path there. They were stopping traffic everywhere, and it was a constant thing. So anyway, this saved a lot. And it's pretty inexpensive and very easy because it's only one block. So very cool to use. Very fun to see it actually used quite a bit. You can see them pouring over this way. Well, I think I'll go ahead and leave it at that for now. Like I said, I just want to give you a quick overall tour of the city that I've been working on, tell you a little bit about the game. For those of you who are pros who've played this quite a bit, again, if you've seen anything that I've been doing or have any tips, suggestions, things like that, I'm totally open to that. Would love to see those. Please leave those in the comments. Also, let me know if you would like to see me do any kind of series on this. I've been thinking about not doing an episodic kind of numbered series, but rather start a new world and just maybe do a video here or there, kind of covering different elements of a city as I'm building it. Just kind of try something new in that way. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. I'd appreciate it. I know a number of you have told me that already on the previous video. I know I asked you already before, but this video is very specific, about this and that particular idea I just mentioned about not numbering them and kind of just doing them based on things I'm specifically working on in the city. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. I'd appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like as usual, and otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.